Zion Williamson. Man, this guy, it's almost like you hear him every single week on the media. I mean, just in the past, obviously, people talking, and sometimes still now, about his weight and how everything really depends and dictates on how healthy he is. And while that is very true about him, if he can stay healthy throughout this entire NBA season, the Pelicans can really contend out in the Western Conference. I can't say that they'll be, obviously, one of the best teams in the West, but they can possibly make it to the second round of the playoffs if Zion is healthy. But the weight issue with Zion is something that has been hugely talked about, but I believe that obviously now that time is going to come to an end, because as we all know, that Zion Williamson, well, for him, in his contract, I believe that they talked about his weight and how he can't get over 280 pounds, I believe. And, he's going to be on obviously a diet and all of these things. So Zion's weight is not really going to be a really big problem moving forward. And obviously, as we all know, he signed a 5-year, $190-something million contract extension with the Pelicans. So there's already a lot of expectations on him, especially giving him that money. He hasn't really fully been healthy. But we know when he is healthy and he is actually playing, he's one of the best players in the entire NBA, and that's not even a question. His dominance on the court says everything. And well, obviously this year they acquired CJ McCollum last season, and that was a really, really good pickup for them because they made it into the playoffs and they even won 6 games with the Phoenix Suns. But with him, Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones, and many other great players on this Pelican team, Devontae Graham, they made a big jump and they played very all well together. And think about it, many of us were talking last year with Zion returning into the playoffs last season for them during that time, and obviously he didn't. But we all know when he gets it back, this team is going to be a really, really good team to watch. They have many pieces on their roster that really opens up many opportunities, especially for Zion Williamson as well to do his thing. But the only thing as well is that him, Brandon Ingram, and CJ McCollum, well, both CJ McCollum and Brandon Ingram had really high usage percentages last year, and Zion, when he played, obviously his usage percentage was really high as well. So there's definitely going to have to be a sacrifice for one of those players for this team to really be successful. And I believe that will probably be CJ McCollum, obviously. But looking at Zion Williamson, obviously this man, he's been clowned on pretty much for the last 2 years, basically, or a year and a half. You can say that he's been clowned on for his weight. I mean, they've talked about commercials, the media, Shaq, Charles Barkley, everybody has been clowning Zion Williamson about his weight and just all of that in general, and his health and all of that. Even just fans, the media, everybody has been clowning Zion Williamson on his physique, his weight. It's crazy. And for Zion, in a way, he has a lot to prove to many people. Obviously the Pelicans, they put a lot on him, giving him a $190-something million contract extension. And also on top of that, just the expectation of actually staying healthy. I feel like for Zion, as we all know, if he can stay fully healthy for a season, this Pelicans team can go really far in just his career in general. And I believe that he will be successful this season for the Pelicans. I think, he's obviously been losing some weight, and he's obviously been in the gym. If you saw photos on his Instagram page, he's been actually grinding. He's actually been getting in better shape. And I believe that he will come out this season with a bang. And I think that he's going to really make a lot of noise. And he has a lot to prove. I mean, and he knows that. I'm pretty sure he does. That he has a lot to prove. And he will be successful because of that. You see, players like Zion Williamson, they don't really come around a long time. We haven't really seen such a dominant force like him, I believe, since really Shaquille O'Neal. Even though he's much shorter than Shaquille O'Neal and he's not as big as him, he's still dominant in this era of NBA, obviously, and we know why. But still, he's a very, very dominant player. He had the highest field goal percentage for a rookie. He can shoot threes. His game is pretty open overall. He can do a variety of different things, and I believe that he will be successful for this New Orleans Pelicans team and moving forward. And many people even have him in the contention for possibly winning MVP. And I don't really know if he will obviously win MVP or not, but if things look right and the things seem going well for them, there's no doubt in my mind that he will be in the MVP contention. But also, this is going to be a new chapter for the Pelicans, a way too, for adding Zion Williamson back on the team. But not only for him, but for their head coach, Willie Green, who's obviously had a really, really good first year with this Pelicans team. Now it's going to be an even bigger test for him, adding Zion Williamson back to that mix to really, truly solidify himself as a really, really, really good coach, making this Pelicans team successful. So we'll see what he definitely does with them. But with Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, and Zion Williamson, that's a really good pairing in my opinion. Now, obviously, defensively, I don't think that's really the greatest, but offensively, it brings a lot of different styles. I mean, obviously, both Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum, they can both create their own shot, shoot threes, play the mid-range really well. I mean, they both have pretty similar games. The only difference is that Brandon Ingram is much taller and he can post up a little bit better. But other than that, as far as playmaking wise as well, they both are pretty good playmakers, and they both improve that aspect of their career, especially this season, both averaging career highs in assists. But not only that, but when you add Zion Williamson into that mix, you get a guy who's pretty much going to dominate in the paint. He can also shoot threes pretty well. He can space out the floor if he needs to. He's just going to be an offensive force to be reckoned with. And for Zion, though, let's just hope that he can stay healthy, because if you combine his first season and second season, he's only played one full NBA season his entire NBA career. And I can't set the expectation for him to play all 82 games, because I seriously doubt that may happen. But if he can at least play 70 games or maybe 65, I believe that can be pretty successful for him, and obviously be successful if they make into the playoffs as well. Because really, as we all know, we can go on and on about Zion's talent and how dominant of a player he can be. We all know this already. But we all really just want to see this man actually just stay healthy. And if he can stay healthy for pretty much an entire NBA season, watch out. This Pelicans team, with the talent, new coaching that they have, everything that you add onto this team, it's going to be a really, really fun team to watch next season. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos each and every single week. Have a good day. Peace.